Hi guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a 24-hour readathon. Listen to me when I tell you this. When I say I'm attempting to do a 24-hour readathon, that is quite literally what I mean. I've tried to do like 5 of these before. Like I've actually tried to sit down and film like 5 other 24-hour readathons. And the thing is I am a weenie baby who needs her sleep. Yeah, okay. So I just failed every single time I've tried to do this, and I'm determined to make this one the one that works. So if you end up seeing this video, hello, hi, we made it. I am going to attempt to do a 24-hour readathon in its true form, in that I'm going to try to stay up for 24 hours and read the entire time. Is that bad for my health and or mental health? Absolutely. I'm gonna do it anyways. This is like one of my most highly requested videos, I think, since I've started this page and my other social media pages. The one video that I keep getting requested is a 24-hour readathon, and I've been putting it off for quite literally as long as I possibly could, and I think it's just gotten to the point where I can't put it off any longer. So here is the tentative TBR that I would like to get through. I think I can get through quite like a lot more than this, but these are just the books that we're starting with. I have The Match by Sarah Adams. I'm already like 17 or 20% into this book. I started it last night and I want to finish that today. I also have Crossed on Libby, like the audiobook, so I would like to read this as well because it's the last book. Well, it's the last book that's out for the Never After series, and I've read all the other ones, and it's just super bingeable. I also want to read Hollow Heathens by Nicole Fiorina because Bestie Bailey is like in love with this book, and she annotated it for me when she got it for me, and I just absolutely love that. And she was saying how it's like a creepy kind of like Sleepy Hollow vibe book, and I absolutely love that. It's The Tales of Weeping Hollow. So I want to read it. And then I also want to read Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter because everybody has given me like terrifying reviews about it, and I'm just in the mood to be creeped out, kind of. Honestly, I really want to start with Hollow Heathens right now. I think this is going to be the book that I start with. I have it on Libby too, so I'll be able to listen to the audiobook while I read it, which that is going to be a disclaimer. I'm going to make that disclaimer. I'm going to listen to audiobooks. I'm also going to try to read mostly physical books, but you will see me quite often, especially as I get more tired, listen to the audiobook while I read the physical book because it helps me stay awake and focused. I get questions about where I listen to my audiobooks. I listen to Audible first. I've been a strict Audible girly for a really long time, and then I also started using Libby again because I found their available now page on Libby. Never checked or never even like thought to check there, and I've been getting a lot more audiobooks from there as well. I absolutely love Libby. And then I won't be able to use Spotify in this video because my hours don't renew until like 2 days from now, I think, but I also use Spotify. So hopefully that answers those questions. I also get questions about my music. Do I listen to music? I do listen to music sometimes whenever I read. Most of the time, if I'm listening to something, I'm listening to the audiobook though. But I do have all the playlists that I listen to on my Spotify account, which I normally link in the description. So if you're curious as to if I'm listening to music or whatever, normally I'll tell you. But yeah, I have everything listed if I'm listening to something. And we'll get started at 10:30. We're going to go until 10:30 tomorrow morning and hope I can get through all of it. That's great. Wish me luck. I have piles of books here that I also need to clean up because I was planning other videos for the month. And like I said, I will pick you up at 10:30 whenever I'm getting started with the reading. Alrighty, besties. It just hit 10:30. Let's get her started. Oh gosh, why did I do this to myself? Okay, besties, let's have a little bit of an update, shall we? It is hour one. Hour one has finally finished, and I am 104 pages into Hollow Heathens. Genuinely loving it. Can I put something here so you're not like, oh, never mind. I don't know where my like little tripod thingy is. I am absolutely adoring this book so much right now. I am loving the vibes. This is very much like creepy town. The town won't let her leave. Like, she tried to leave, and something happened that she like couldn't leave. And the MMC is hot and is giving dangerous. Like, oh, it's so good. It's so good. I'm so in love with this. I'm in love with the audiobook, and I'm loving the physical reading of it. This book just like feels so good in my hands. So genuinely loving that. Let's get on to hour two. I am stopping the timer whenever I do my updates, because then I won't have actually like read for 24 hours. So I have paused the timer to like obviously give you this update. Audible says that I'll be done with this book in 4.5 hours. Normally it's a little bit shorter than that, like they overestimate, so I typically end to finish those like a little bit sooner, so I'm guessing like around 4:15, maybe 4 hours, we'll see. But I'm genuinely so excited about this book, because this was like the perfect thing that I needed something that was like more kind of fantasy, I guess, kind of like magical realism, or really honestly just like basically fantasy. It's like there's a lot of magic stuff happening right now, and I love it. It's kind of giving like the older adult version of Halloween Town almost, and I kind of love that. So yeah, let's go. Okay, so I've been listening to the audiobook for Hollow Heathens, and I'm like 134 pages in. Actually, let me stop the timer right quick, just so nobody says anything. I am an hour and 20 and 19 minutes in. I'm an hour and 19 minutes in. I'm going to switch from listening to the audiobook to just like listening to music, because like the audiobook, the cadence of it is really weird. Like, I'm the kind of person that wants to just line for line, like, let's go. And because obviously it's like read with inflection and all that stuff, like it stops and like my brain just wants to keep going. So I'm going to put on a Spotify playlist, but which Spotify playlist? I don't know. I think I kind of want to put on like a fall ambiance type thing. Let's see. Okay, here's one. It's fall vibes, but instrumental, because I'm studying. Love that. Let's do that. This playlist is a little too happy for the moods that this book is giving. I need like a creepy instrumental playlist, to be so honest with you. Okay, let's just try creepy instrumental music. Okay, this is like so much better. I need to share it. I'll share the perfect. Okay. Never in my life had I come across a more captivating man than him. His eyes generally held a madness. And listen. Yeah, I get it. Honestly, I get it. Like it, yeah. It makes sense. This music is giving me like heart palpitations. I'm like, and I'm not even like at a crazy part in the book. Like, things are pretty calm right now, and this music is like, I've never read a book where a character had my name in it. The MMC's sister is named Jolie. That's crazy. This is literally, I've been reading for, how long have I been able to read? Okay, I've been reading for a long time. No character has ever had my name. Wait, Nicole, you're gonna make me cry. All right, besties, reading update time. It is 4:18, which means I've been reading for a little under 6 hours, I think. I started at 10:30. I'm here now at 4:30. I was gonna do the whole timer thing, and then I realized that, like, I want to just read until 10:30 a.m. tomorrow. So I was like, well, why am I keeping a timer if I know I'm reading until 10:30 a.m. tomorrow? So I'm just gonna set an alarm for 10:30 a.m. tomorrow, and we're just gonna do that way instead. But I wanted to give a reading update because I finished Heathens by Nicole Fiorina. So freaking good. I enjoyed that immensely. I want to go back and annotate things that I forgot, or like I didn't get a chance to annotate because I was just like I was reading and I was loving the vibes. The vibes were so freaking good. So speaking of vibes, I know I was just going to have this readathon be like whatever Jolie was in the mood for reading. I now want this to be an autumnal fall, just kind of cozy, maybe dark academia-esque vibes for this. This is gonna be a themed reading vlog, folks. So what that means is I'm gonna have to kind of reconfigure my TBR a little bit. The next book that I'm going to be picking up is The Familiar by Leigh Bardugo. Should I possibly keep this or save this for actual fall time? Yes, however, I love who I am in the fall. I crave who I am in the fall, and I'm craving her right now, okay? I need it to be fall. I need to feel the fall vibes right now, and this book, I feel like, is just doing it for me as far as the cover goes. So this is going to be the next book that I read. I have little to no clue. That is so beautiful. I have never looked at these end pages. Anyways, I have never heard a single thing about what this book is about, but I'm excited to read it nonetheless. Let me get my little reading area mildly set up. I don't have the audiobook for this, so we are just going to continue to listen to my fall vibes playlist on Spotify. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. I just love like how this book looks with the black spread. Oh, it's just so pretty. I didn't realize how like pretty this all black. I didn't. Okay, anyways. Let me update my Goodreads real quick. Okay, so Goodreads says that it's a historical fiction, historical fantasy, magic realism, all that stuff. So good vibes all around. Let's get this going. I'm going to change out my camera battery, and then I'm going to go ahead and pick up Leigh Bardugo's The Familiar. Yeah, I swiftly downloaded the audiobook just because the writing, I forgot Leigh Bardugo's writing is a little bit denser, a little bit more dense, so I downloaded the audiobook. I'm going to be listening to this one while I read it. Okay, besties, let's do a update. It is 8:30 at night now. So a couple of events have happened since I last spoke to you. I got 100 pages into The Familiar by Leigh Bardugo, promptly fell asleep. Her writing is just way more dense than I remember it, and it's not bad, and I could see myself really enjoying the book, like, given time to read it, but because I'm trying to get through as many books as I can in 24 hours, that's just definitely not a book that I'm going to be able to like read, especially as I get more tired. So I switched to Lovely Bad Things by Trisha Wolfe. I'm enjoying this way more. It's just a lot easier to get through, and it's still giving me those same like kind of like Halloween-y autumnal vibes that I've been looking for. So I'm really enjoying it. It follows this. Actually, I'm gonna do that later. We'll go through a full like wrap up tomorrow. Yeah, I'm enjoying this a lot more. I'm on page 114, and I think in the audiobook, because I'm listening to the audiobook while I'm reading, I have like an hour left of it, something like that. An hour and a half left, so I'll be done with this by like 11. Is that math? No, I'll be done with this by 10. And then we'll go and pick out another book. But yeah, my goal is just like throughout the wee hours of the night, because I did convince my fiance and my brother to all stay up all night with me, so I'm not alone. My goal is to read fast-paced books just to like get through them, so I'm not... Yeah, so I can get through them. Alrighty, besties, it is a little bit later now. It is 10 o'clock and I have finished, where did I just put it? Oh, I finished Lovely Bad Things by Trisha Wolfe. I enjoyed it immensely. I had a lot of fun with it. Did not think I was going to end up enjoying it as much as I did. Okay. There's Bestie Bay.
ASMR.
He said ASMR. Anyways, so now we get to pick out the next book. The only thing is the next book that I want to read I don't have. Okay, so apparently Lovely Bad Things is the first book in a trilogy. Had no idea. I don't own the second book in the trilogy. It's most likely on Kindle Unlimited, and I could very well buy the audiobook again for it as well. Here's the thing though, I would like to get books off of my physical TBR. Now, if you're saying, well, Jolie, if you just buy the book, it's on your physical TBR. That was exactly my thought. But it's not on my physical TBR right now. So I also have Her Soul to Take. And it's giving kind of the same vibes. I'm scared of this one, though, because I've heard a little bit of what it's about, and it genuinely terrifies me. But I think we might be getting into it anyways. Let's see if it's on Audible. But it's 10 o'clock. We're going on strong. Going strong. I thought I was going to be, like, more tired. I did consume. I chugged, and Alani knew, like, whenever I woke up from my little nap. So that's probably why I'm feeling so good right now. But okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I have Death's Obsession by Avina St. Graves, and it's just a quick short book. Literally the audiobook is 4 hours long. This is gonna be the next book that I read, just so I have a little bit of a mental break from like the length of books, and then we're gonna get into probably Her Soul to Take afterwards, because everybody's been wanting me to read that book. So I got Death's Obsession, and I actually got Her Soul to Take on Audible, so I have both of those audiobooks loaded up and ready to go. It's downloading. I have no idea what this book is about. However, this is very much giving The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe, so that's cool. Oh my gosh, wait, this is actually from my fiance's mom. She sent this to me for Christmas. Please tell me he has a buzz cut. I don't know if it's the lack of sleep or if it's the masked man syndrome. She calls him her faceless, what?
Sick.
The faceless man is what she calls him. And I'm listening to the audiobook, and he has like a British accent. I'm like crying right now. Please tell me he has a buzz cut. Oh my gosh. I'm tired. Hi. Okay, it is like 11:30, 11:43 now. I have just posted my like 13-hour update. Well, it's posting to TikTok at this moment. But I have finished Death's Obsession by Avina St. Graves. That was interesting. Not necessarily my cup of tea, but it was just like a good little like mindless read. I probably should have picked up something more like fluffy for that, but honestly, I don't care. Now we're about to get into Her Soul to Take by Harley LaRoe. This will be my first Harley LaRoe book. She scares me as an author, to be so honest with you. I think that's probably why I have not read any of her books. I am about to switch to my Kindle because I am feeling the urge to read on my Kindle. I'm tired of looking at words on a piece of paper, so it's time to look at words on a screen. When it comes to a snack pack, I can't lie. I want it. Okay, my TikTok just like does not want to post. That's fine. That's cool. Yeah. No. That's cool. That's good. We're fine. Okay, so it says I'll be done with Her Soul to Take in 3 hours and 39 minutes. So I should be done with this around 3 a.m., 2:30 a.m. Oh, that sounds terrible. That sounds so bad. Listen, I need my sleep. I don't stay up late well. I am not a night owl. I'm normally in bed by 9. Asleep by 9:30. 10 at the latest. By 10:30, I'm waking up the next morning feeling violently ill. So, yeah, I just know I'm gonna hit a wall, and that wall is going to, she's gonna hurt, honestly, but it's okay. We're living, we're thriving. We feel like we're dying a little bit. I'm gonna get my Kindle. We're gonna start this. I might be making a cup of coffee sometime soon. I'm gonna wait. I probably shouldn't wait till I get more tired. It needs to like have time to kick in. Let's go make a cup of coffee, besties, before I sit down for this next book. If I could speak, that would be great. Yeah, besties, it looks like I'm gonna be tapping out for the night. Oh good. Oh good. I lost my lens cap. Flew behind my bookshelf. I'm gonna be tapping out for the night. Yeah. I am 123 pages into Her Soul to Take, which is 27% of the way through. So what I think I'm going to do, because I technically have 9 more hours of this challenge, if I read straight, I'm just gonna do the 9 hours tomorrow. Or maybe I'll do them on Wednesday. Okay, I have not my Love Island edits playing. I've been literally in a Love Island edit hole. I'm not gonna explain it, I'm not gonna talk about it. Hello guys, good morning. It's 9:16. What did that sound like? I guess it was Finn from Adventure Time. Okay, anyways, I'm sorry, my brain's not working this morning. I ended up going to bed like an hour later. Oh my gosh. I sat in bed and I read more of Her Soul to Take by Harley LaRoe. I'm enjoying it more than I thought I was going to be so honest with you. Like, I did not think I was going to enjoy it at the beginning, and as it's starting to like play out a little bit more, I'm enjoying it more. I don't think it'll be higher than like a 4-star read though. But I am going to set I think a 9-hour timer for today, and I'm going to see how many books I can get in this 9-hour time period. I know I can definitely finish Her Soul to Take because I think I only have like 2 hours left of this audiobook. And I do have like some chores that I need to get done this morning, so I'm going to listen to the audiobook for a little bit while I do those chores, and then I'm going to finish it out actively. What the heck? And then I'm going to finish it up actively reading for the rest of the time, if that makes sense. I'm so freaking exhausted right now. This is why I didn't even stay up that late. I stayed up until 2 a.m. I used to do that all the freaking time. I'm an old lady now. This is probably why I shouldn't do challenges like this, because I'm quite literally an old lady who needs her sleep. I get so cranky when I don't sleep. Okay, anyways, let me just not sit here and expose myself. I'm gonna go read more and come back. Okay, hello besties. It is a little bit later now. It's like almost 11 o'clock. I have read, or I should say listened to, about an hour of Her Soul to Take, so I have an hour and a half left, and I'm just going to sit and knock that sucker out, and then we'll have like 7.5-ish more hours to do. So let's just go ahead and do it. Let's just go ahead and do it, because I have some stuff that I need to film today, but I want to get this done first for my mental health. So we're just gonna go ahead and do it. Okay, besties, it's a little bit later. It is 1 o'clock now. I have officially finished, where did she go? Oh, I've officially finished Her Soul to Take by Harley LaRoe. LaRue, I don't know. Okay, I have found the book that I'm gonna read. I forgot that I had Crossed on Libby already, like in my Libby library, so I'm going to start the Crossed audiobook. It's the last book that's out in the Never After series. I think the 6th book is Hexed. All right, besties, let's debrief, shall we? I struggle busted through the rest of the hours yesterday, and I didn't film anything because I just wasn't feeling great. But let's go ahead and do a full like debrief of everything that I read, my thoughts and feelings on this challenge. Let's just walk through it. First of all, absolutely failed. Next time I do this challenge, I will be separating it into the 12-hour method, where you do 12 hours one day and then 12 hours the next day, because I think that would probably be more realistic and I would actually be able to get it done properly. Anyways, aside from that, I read 5 and 100 pages of another book, which is pretty good. Like, I will say, although one was like a novella, so it literally took me like an hour to read it. I'm counting it for the sake of my mental health. Please don't say anything about it, because I'm counting it. Anyways, the first book that I read was Heathens by Nicole Fiorina. I absolutely adored this book. It was so freaking good. The audiobook was amazing. This follows Fallon, who is in communication with her grandfather. They've been writing letters back and forth for a really long time, and he asks her to come and help take care of him because he wasn't doing well. So she comes into this town to take care of him, to do, you know, the granddaughterly thing, and she ends up getting stuck there. The town won't let her leave. Not only that, but she meets this man who is a part of the Hollow Heathens. The Hollow Heathens are witches. MMC, Julian, he's a part of the Hollow Heathens, so he's like cursed, and the rest of the Hollow Heathens that they're trying to break, and it's just so good. Okay, this book started my craving for like witchy kind of vibes getting into, today's the last day of July, so getting into August and kind of like fall time and everything. It's still 100 degrees. I'm ready for fall. Anyways, I enjoyed this so freaking much. I really did. It was really good. It was better than I thought it was going to be so honest with you. I think my rating for it is probably going to be like a 4.5 stars. I think if I go back and reread it, I would honestly probably rate it a 5 stars. I just I loved Julian, masked men. I get it. I literally posted on my Goodreads talking about how like I wasn't really a part of the dark romance sphere whenever like the whole masked men thing was going around. After this challenge, I get it. I get it. And I love Julian Blackwell and I love Fallon, and I really liked Fallon as the FMC, and I found myself recently like not loving the FMCs that I'm reading about, and I think it's just because of like the kind of FMCs that I've been reading about. Fallon, on the other hand, I absolutely adored her. This book was a little bit on the longer side, but I still like read it fairly quickly, and I was having so much fun with it. And it's just, yeah, the only thing that I will say about this book in particular is that there's like this, I don't want to say it's insta-lovey because it's not necessarily insta-lovey, but it kind of feels like it, if that makes sense. It's kind of giving those vibes a little bit. However, it worked for me. I'm easy to, como se dice, to entertain. I'm so easy to entertain. Okay, the next book that I read, I tried to pick up The Familiar by Leigh Bardugo. Let's see how far into this book I got. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't save my place. Good. I got like 100 and something pages in, like 103 or 107 pages into the book. And it was just so difficult to want to read about. It literally put me to sleep. And that was probably my fault for picking up a Leigh Bardugo book. Like I forgot how intense her writing is and just how like sterile I guess her writing feels in a way. Like it feels like it's really far away, I guess, if that makes sense. And there's a time and a place for a book like this where it's just like I want something that's going to make me think a little bit more. And yeah, but a challenge, the 24-hour readathon is not the time for that. And so this is definitely, I think, like right book, wrong time. I will be picking this back up. So it was not like a DNF because the book was bad. It was a soft DNF for the sake of the challenge, if that makes sense. I really honestly couldn't tell you a whole lot about what that book was about because it follows this girl who was a maid for this like really rich family, and she's a witch. And so her, the people that like she works for finds out that she's a witch and then make her start to like perform stuff for dinners, and like she becomes like this big, it becomes like show and tell, I guess, if that makes sense. So it was interesting. Then I picked up Lovely Bad Things by Trisha Wolfe. This book was so interesting and it was so different than what I thought it was going to be. So she's investigating crime scenes, right? And she ends up like her trial puts this guy into an insane asylum because she testifies on trial for this guy who she met on the scene of a crime scene. His name was Callum. Callum was a professor at the college where this like incident took place. So she's talking to Callum and she gets this really, like, he basically kind of admits to doing what happened, the incident. He admits to like, or like kind of alludes to the fact that he did it. And she's like, oh my gosh, like I know it was him. He did this, da 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 da. It convinces the jury that he did it without any evidence, but because they couldn't put him away without any evidence, they put him in like an insane asylum, I guess, if that makes sense. And so she ends up needing his help on these other cases that are taking place, and they end up falling for each other. Because it was so quick, the pacing was just so fast. I loved the audiobook. I was switching between the physical book and the audiobook because I was tired of sitting, and so I would like go and do some chores and like listen to the audiobook. Then because I wanted just something really quick, I read Death's Obsession by Venus St. Graves. And you know what? Reading the title back now, I should have known what this book was going to be about. Listen, I was like, I wonder what this book is about. I have no idea. It just seems kind of... Death is literally in love with her. She's literally Death's obsession. Okay, anyways, so she's in this toxic relationship, okay? And like super, super toxic, okay? But she's having these dreams and she's seeing this man that's not there. That's because he's literally like Death. He's the Grim Reaper. Is that the Grim Reaper? Yeah, no, yeah, that's who she's in love with. And she literally ends up just falling in love with Death. And did I enjoy it? It was entertaining. I wouldn't say I necessarily like enjoyed it. I was kind of like, okay, is this gonna be over? I think I'm gonna rate it a 2 stars. I think I rated it a 3 stars on my Goodreads, and to be so honest with you, like looking back at this book, I'm kind of just irritated by it. I don't know why that is, to be so honest with you. It was a spicy just novella. If you're looking for a spicy novella where death is obsessed with her, I absolutely think you would enjoy it. This definitely just was not necessarily my cup of tea, I guess, if that makes sense. But, you know, I'm not gonna yuck your yum if you enjoy it. Then I also read Her Soul to Take by Harley LaRoe. Now, listen to me and listen to me well. I was and still am terrified of Harley LaRoe as an author, okay? Because her books scare me. I've heard a little bit about what her books are about, and they scare me. Okay, so Ray's just this like college student, right? She comes back to this town after not being there for a while. She ends up meeting Leon, okay? Leon is a demon. And okay, now listen, my Christian girl heart was kind of uncomfy the whole time while reading this book, okay? Not a fault of the book. Well, okay. I don't think this is a kind of book that is necessarily como se dice for me. It was just more spice than I feel like I would want to read in a book. And obviously, like, she's dating a demon, and so like there's that too. Listen, if you like those kinds of romances, I absolutely think this is one that you would 100% enjoy. Then that brings us to Crossed. Okay, I finished Crossed this morning on my way home from work. And okay, listen, he immediately is like obsessed with her. He's obsessed with her. He would give anything for her. He would do anything for her. Love that for him, honestly. But he's obsessed with her. And she's in a pretty bad situation. She's not in the best situation, and she slowly ends up, as they get to know each other, they slowly start following. Well, he had pretty much has already fallen for her. She took a little bit longer to catch up. I liked this one, I think, probably the best out of the 5 Never After books. Reason being was because these characters felt the most fleshed out to me, I guess, if that makes sense. They felt the most, I don't want to say relatable, because they weren't necessarily relatable. It's just like they felt the most real to me, I guess is the word that I'm looking for. Father Cade has this thing inside of him, and basically he's just a serial unaliver. He unalives people. That's what he does, but he's a priest. So there is a problem there. There's a little bit, those two things don't connect. Yeah, honestly, I feel like I'm just like doing a terrible job at explaining these books, and it's because they're so difficult to explain and also kind of uncomfy. Yeah, honestly, I feel like I just picked the wrong books for the kind of mood that I was in, because like the mood that I was in was specifically like the Hollow Heathens vibes, I guess, if that makes sense. And I was trying to find books that like fit that vibe. And I think Lovely Bad Things was probably the only book that fit that the closest. So I think it's just bad choosing on my part. But I mean, I'm happy we at least stayed on some kind of theme for this video, being dark. Now I'm going to need the most fluffy, this is the book that I'm in the middle of right now. Honestly, if we just did a recap on how I felt the whole time, tell me in what world it makes sense that I think I'm gonna stay up for a full 24 hours. I fell asleep by 4 o'clock. I literally fell asleep by 4 o'clock. And look, okay, I literally just realized I accidentally stopped the camera. I stopped recording when I moved the camera. What I was saying was, I forgot where I was. I was saying, oh yeah, it was like, it's genuinely so on brand for me to say I'm gonna stay up for 24 hours and then fall asleep. Not even. I hadn't even gotten to the 12-hour mark. I think I'd only gotten to, what was that, the 6-hour mark? Knocked out. Knocked out. I fell asleep for 2 hours. I'm out. Very much on brand. I will be doing this again, like I said, with the 12-hour method, because I'm determined to read for a solid 24 hours and see how many books I can get done in that time. So who knows? Maybe I'll try this again next week. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry it was a fail. That was a fail. I took the L, okay? I did not have a dub on that one. I took the L. And, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. But if you guys want to see my face on any other place on the internet, you guys know where to look, always in the description. Also, a little bit of news. I told everybody else, but I have not told you guys. If you guys would like extra content, extra videos in a week, I have my Patreon is live now. So I started a Patreon. Yeah, I probably should have put up like a little video on here to let you guys know that, but you guys are knowing now. Yeah, I did start one. It is linked in the description if you guys want to give it a join. There's a couple of tiers, and with like the highest tier, you get more content like this. You get booktube content, you get TikTok content, you get everything that I'm not posting other places. So exclusive content. Anyways, with that being said, I love you all. I hope you guys are having wonderful days, nights, whatever time it is when you're watching this. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you at some other point in time.